Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Farming Pastor's Wife. I am so glad you're here. Now, this video is going to take off a little bit different than my normal videos. We're actually going to be making hot buttered apple cider. So, but first, I have to run over to the farm. We're going to do my paperwork and a little bit of work over at the farm. And then we're going to take a field trip because we have this place in Asheboro that serves this. The first time I've ever had this, and we love it. Absolutely love it. It is so good. And then I'm going to come home and try to recreate. So, will you join me as we head to the farm? Listen, if you're here for just the recipe, I will try my best to remember to link the timestamp that the recipe starts down in the description. But just go with me. It's going to be fun. We're going to have fun. We're going to head over to the farm, grab up some paperwork. We're going to check the feed and so forth, and then we will head over to Asheboro, to the place where we get this drink. We're going to get this drink, and then we're going to come home and try our best to recreate it. I have looked up some recipes, and so I want to taste the original at this place and see if I can pick up on certain spices that it may or may not have in it that is like compared to the recipes. I want to see if I can really taste this, if it really has it. So join me as we have this fun adventure day. So the first thing I have to do is stop by this mailbox. It's not an actual mailbox like where the U.S. Post Office uses it. It's for our integrators, and our use only is for chicken stuff only. The feed truck drivers often, they're supposed to leave their feed, they did, their feed tickets in here. So I get them out if I can reach them. And isn't it funny how we have like little pet peeves? There's one of mine right here. The feed ticket. Look how nice and crisp this sheet is. And these are all different drivers. Okay. And look here. Look how I'm showing you the back side. It's nice and smooth. They have taken it. They've laid it gently in there. And this one got a little wet, but that's not their fault. It's still very crisp. And then we have this one. Every time. I don't know. I just don't know. I think they just, this one person just wads it up. And it drives me insane. And it's so funny because Brock, like, why does that drive you insane? I said, I don't know. It's a problem. It's a personal problem. But it's this one. And I can guarantee you every time the paper's going to be wadded up. All right, so I was going to show you what I was just doing. I tapped the bins with this stick. And the funnel from here to right there, the top of the funnel is 7,000 pounds. And then you go from that ring, if you see those screws right there, you go that ring all the way up to the next set of screws, right up there, is another 7 pounds. And then you go from that set of screws on up to the next, it's another 7, and then that one to the top is another 7. So each section has 7,000 pounds. So as I was testing this one, let's see, where did I get to? I think we have about 18,000 pounds. I'm gonna have to tap it again because I don't remember. But so 7,000, 7,014, 7,021, another 728. So we have the potential of 28,000 pounds, but I think we were about 18. I'm gonna have to tap it again to be sure. Now over here, you may say, well, you didn't tap this one. No, because as you can see, look here, you can see the feed down here in the bottom. We call this a clear boot, or the boot. And you can see feed, so it's not clear. But if you look over here, it is a clear boot. So we are out of feed in this bin, but we have several thousand pounds in this one. So that's just how this kind of works. Now, as things we get where we have to be more accurate, like down to the, nth degree, we do have these set of ladders that you can climb up, open the lid in the top, and look down and see exactly how much you have. And I was right, 18,000. So I'm going to go over here to these next houses. But speaking of tapping the bins, we have found that tapping them is very accurate, because we know to allow for the funneling, because, you know, as it comes down into a funnel, it kind of goes down in the center like a little hurricane. We found that tapping the outside of the bins is very accurate. Bryant climbs up just to be sure sometimes. And but yeah, so all right, let me tap these two. All right, everybody, so we have finished up at the farm. I went home and put a clip in my hair because I curled my hair yesterday for church, and then it always looks crazy the next day, and I didn't want to do anything to it, so I just threw a clip in. It still looks crazy, but hey, love me anyway, right? All right, so we have made our way on this field trip, and we are going in this little place called the Black Lantern. It's a tea room and bakery. But what we're headed in there for is buttered apple cider. So let's go in and get it. I'll see if I can show you some of the pastries in there. And I may pick up Bryant a pastry. There's one, it's not really a pastry. It's called a shut your mouth bar. I don't know, but let's go see. Okay guys, we're in downtown Asheboro. This is a hair shop that my niece used to work at, Lachelle. She used to work here. We're coming around, but we're going to go right into here. This is called the Black Lantern Tea Room and Bakery. Oh no, y'all, we have a catastrophe. They're not open on Mondays. Oh no. Oh no. Well, that stinks, because that was like the main part of, I was taking you on this field trip. Hey, but we will come here again on a different day, but we're going on and making the buttered apple cider. So let's run to the grocery store and grab us some apple cider. I think that's the only thing I'm going to need. I remember what this tea tastes like because I just had it the other day. I just had it on Friday. So let's give a taste. Let me go back in my brain and remember a little bit and look up some recipes, and let's head to the grocery store while we're in town. All right, let's head in here and get some apple cider and stuff to make homemade whipped cream with. We've got everything we need, so now let's head home and get to figuring out the amounts and how we're going to put this together. Well, we've made it home, so let's get this going. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to put a half a gallon because I think this is going to be so good. We're going to want it tonight. Bryant's going to want it. I know Caroline has already asked me once I get it made to bring her a cup. And we'll let her be the taste. I'll taste it too, but we'll let her give the actual, visitor or second person taste test. That way it's not because I made it. So, all right, let's go. Well, let me tell you, I found the recipe I think is going to go with the one I like from the tea room. the best. Theirs at the tea room, at the Black Lantern, theirs is lightly spiced, but not overly spiced. And I think that's why I like it. Hey, and let me tell you, this is not a pumpkin spice. It's not pumpkin flavored. So, you know, y'all know me and the pumpkin thing. And so I like this. And I don't like things heavily spiced. It's still got that spice warmness to it. So it's going to have a little bit of that nice fall, warm, cozy vibe to it. But it's going to be muted. Is that the right word to use here? It's going to be subdued or subtle. So let's get this started. I'm going to go ahead and get a whole half gallon. We're going to get a half gallon going on in just a pot. Come on, let's go. Let's just head over here as I knock things off. So I'm gonna shake it up. This is usually they have whole gallons of apple cider, but they did not. This is called Big Red Truck brand, and it's Honey Crisp cider. So that's what we're going with. It says local apples, Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. So not local to me, but local to Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. All right, so we're just going to get this on, and I'm just going to turn it on low to get it on a low simmer. We just want to heat it, basically. This is going to be so good, I hope. All right. And like I said, I'm going to turn it down on like a low simmer. And we're going to come over here back to the island. I saw a piece of paper on the floor. All right. So what I'm going to start with is a whole stick of butter. This is literally buttered. Always wipe your bowls out. Dust gets in there. And to that, we're going in with 6 tablespoons of brown sugar. And I'm packing them quickly. I'm not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Do you guys remember the video where I showed you how to make your own brown sugar? It is so easy. All right, so we're going in with the first spice, cinnamon, and we're going in with half of a teaspoon. Half of a teaspoon. We're going in with 1/4 of a teaspoon, and I'm going in lightly with 1/4 of a teaspoon. A scant 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground clove. And the same thing with nutmeg, 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. Whoops, dumped that right on the butter, didn't I? All right. Make sure I'm putting the right lids on the right spices. Cloves have such a distinct smell and taste. My mom, do you guys like clove chewing gum? Have you seen the old-fashioned clove chewing gum? My mama loved it. We're just gonna mix this up in this little bowl, and I'm going to get it all into like a paste. The reason we're doing this is I could dump everything in just the saucepan, but it's going to be hard for those spices to incorporate. But if you mix it with the butter first, it incorporates much better. So that's why we're doing this in a separate bowl instead of just dumping everything in the cider. It just incorporates better. let's head over to the pot, and we are going to get this down in that apple cider. All right, so I am just taking our spice paste, our spiced butter paste, being sure I'm scraping everything, and we're putting that in that apple cider. Now, not only am I doing that into this apple cider, but I'm also going to take these beaters, because that butter and spice stuff stuck to it, and we're going to kind of clean those off in here, because we don't want to miss any of that good stuff. We want to get everything that we can possibly get. In there. All right. So we need to just stir this until everything is dissolved beautifully in this apple cider. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to make our whipped cream. Real quick, before we make our homemade whipped cream, I'm going to stick my stand mixer bowl in the freezer real quick while I get my ingredients out. So this is made. We're just letting that butter melt and the spices incorporate in all of that. And we'll be back to this in just a second. But let me get the thing in the freezer and I'll get all my ingredients out for the whipped cream. And I'll meet you over on the island as we make in some great homemade whipped cream. So it does not take long at all in the freezer for this bowl. I mean, it was only in there just a few minutes and it is ice cold. So I've got my stand mixer. I even stuck my whisk down in here and stuck it in the freezer too. So everything is good and cold. And we're going to start with 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. I should have had that. I just got home from the grocery store and I didn't put it in the refrigerator. I just left it. I should have stuck it in the refrigerator or freezer or something. But we're going to start with 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. And I think with this apple cider, I think a maple whipped cream would be great. Now, if you were just making regular whipped cream, let me tell you how to make just regular. If you're not a maple fan like I am, you would start with 2 cups of whipped cream, 2/3 cup of, a half to 2/3 cup of powdered sugar and some vanilla extract, and then you just whip it real good. But this one, my sweetener of choice was maple syrup, and I put 6 tablespoons in there. And so I'm just going to give just a quick splash of vanilla, and we are going to turn the mixer on. I'm going to go slow to begin with. Just turn it up a little at a time. Let me show you this trick I've learned. If you don't want to get splashed to death, just use a towel. You don't want it to be overly sweet. The apple cider is going to be sweet by itself. So I'm going to give this, that's good. All right, so we're done with the whipped cream. I'm going to fix me a cup of this deliciousness and let you know what I think. All right, everybody, I just heated it back up. Got this nice clear mug here. Look at that. Now let's top it with some whipped cream. All right, everyone. So here it goes with our maple whipped cream that I think is going to be absolutely wonderful on this. And we don't want to be stingy with the whipped cream. I thought I had you turned down enough, but I didn't. And then on top of that, let's do a little quick sprinkle of nutmeg. Is that not gorgeous? Oh my goodness. Let me stop for a quick thumbnail picture and we'll come back and give it a taste. Okay, thumbnail picture has been made. So here's the best part. We get to try it. Oh my. That is delicious. Oh, y'all. I think I nailed it pretty doggone close, and if I didn't nail it, it's even better. Oh, wow. That is so good, my friends. I think my family may have just, once they try it, they may have just found their new favorite spicy drink here during the fall. And it's not that spicy. I don't mean spicy, but I meant that warm spiced cider type thing. Y'all, that is so good. All right. I don't know that I'm going to get it over to Caroline's. We'll see. Got whipped cream on me. I'm going to see if she's available. She is working from home, but I don't want to interrupt her. I thought I'd maybe wait for her lunch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get our supper on, which will be tomorrow's video for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and get it on and going. And then we'll see if she's ready to take lunch, and I'll run her a cup of this over there. All right, everyone. Caroline has walked over, or drove over. She didn't walk over. You didn't walk, did you? She drove over on her lunch to get her some of this buttered apple cider. Now, she has had the buttered apple cider at that place I went to this morning that was closed. So it's her favorite. So she'll be able to truly give us an honest opinion if I nailed it or if I didn't. Do you want to sprinkle a nutmeg on top? Nope. She wants to skip the nutmeg. So hang tight. I'll take you over there and we'll see what she thinks. I'm scared. It's hot. It's hot. I told her it's hot. I just got whipped cream. You just got whipped cream. Still just whipped cream?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Do you want to stir it up?
No.
No.
There, I got a little bit. Oh yeah, that's really good. That is like super close. If not, I mean, yeah, you nailed it.
I don't know if you can hear her. She's talking awful soft, but what'd you say?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was talking soft. It's really good. She nailed it.
I nailed it. All right. So now you don't have to go spend money. You can say, Mama.
Now you need to try to recreate their shut your mouth bars.
Oh, I know. I know those are good. All right, everyone. So there you have it. This apple cider is probably going to be our new family staple here. I can't wait to see what Bryant thinks about it. If he gets here in time, I'll video him trying it. If not, you'll just have to ask him on another video how he liked it. So, but yeah, I'll wait as long as I can. So, I'm going to end the video here. We'll ask Bryant on another video what he thinks. And thank you guys for joining us. I hope you make this. It's super delicious. So remember, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Bye, y'all. See you on the next video.